Come here.
Just,
Here we go. Look at that.
yeah.
Yeah. Another one. Here. There you go. Let's do different music. Different. Ooh. Hmm.
Lan VV says. Lewis 2 times a week.
We got a lot right now, right? Yeah, I should be painting more now because I started the landscape painting and then I need to finish my dad's portrait at some point. Also, I want to start another one of him on an oil ground board because the problem I'm having with this board is so hard to see what I'm drawing. It is so extremely difficult because it's sunken in. It's a real issue. Like really, 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 really extreme. Get that out. Like I've never had this much trouble. And so I need to I need to essentially paint on a different board.
Lan VV says. That's a nice painting of the old Joker.
Thanks, man. I just cannot see what I'm doing with this.
Lan VV says. I'm making dinner right now.
Cool, man. What's for dinner?
Future Oil Painter says.
What's for
The
sure?
goat is back.
You are correct. He is. I am, I know y'all can't really see this that great, but I'm trying to paint his
Land
shirt
VV
in.
says. Lemon suppository. Future Oil Painter says. Back in black. Lan VV says. I don't know how to spell it.
What were you trying to spell? Lemon spaghetti. Sapaghetti. Oh, sapaghetti. Okay, lemon sap. I don't know what that is. Yeah. But anything smells good right now. I'm pretty hungry. I am hungry. So I was actually painting some of this already today. I would have
Lan
streamed a
VV
little bit
says.
sooner, but I
Very not local,
forgot,
but it's fine.
forgot to plug my mic in last night, so I had to recharge it still. Kind of a pain, but whatever. Want this one.
Future Oil Painter says. Lemon, I think you spell it Florence Academy for Troubled Youths. Lan VV says. It's the pasta but long.
Spaghetti, lemon spaghetti. All right. So I know I'm leaning up into this because I'm literally having to look down because otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. This painting is the reason why I went to oil grind.
Future Oil Painter says. Oh, is it sinking?
Oh my gosh, yes. I've never had such a hard time before. This this portrait might be the hardest portrait I've ever done. And I don't say that lightly. In terms of I mean this is just so difficult on so many different levels. You know, because he moves, but also I mean mainly it is.
Future Oil Painter says. Think oiling it out would help?
Oh, I've been oiling it out. It's so sunken in. Like when I oil it out, this is like it's just so different. I can't you have to see the whole thing while you're doing it, otherwise it's going to look disconnected. So like it's like imagine working through a window when you're painting. That's how it is. I can't see anything what I'm doing around it. It's so sunken in. This is because I didn't put an extra layer of gesso on it. So it's my fault. And this is, I learned a lesson that I should have already known, frankly. But I am going to finish this portrait and then I'll start another one and I'll try to push it further than I can in this one because this one I can't push that much further because I cannot see what I'm doing. So let this be a lesson, a warning, if you will. Let it be a warning. Okay? Don't do what I did. Damn it. Hell.
National Extinction JK says. AI viewers stream book. Com.
Dude, stop posting that shit. Sick of this. I don't know if I can control it from here. Damn these people. No.
Future Oil Painter says. I got a mirror from a thrift store for $7.
Ooh, is that good? Probably. Probably is good. Nice, man.
Future Oil Painter says. But I might break it if I use it.
Is it like a big mirror? What's it for?
Future Oil Painter says. Yeah, it's like 20x24.
20 by 24. Gotcha.
Future Oil Painter says. Thought is practice a self-portrait.
It's a good size. I guess that's a pretty good price too, right?
Future Oil Painter says. Yup, practically free.
Nice, man. Dead. You're making this impossible for me! Oh my gosh. Look at him. Oh goodness.
Future Oil Painter says. But warning, not gonna be as pretty to look at as Cher Curry lol.
Well, it would be concerning if you were a hot blonde, but you're a dude. That would not be a good thing. All right, boy, come here. How are you? I'm
Future
doing good.
Oil Painter says. LOL.
Here, I'll give you this, okay?
Yep.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Open up. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Want more? Easy. Come here. Open up. Open. Open up. You want this? Here. Good man. Here, open up. Oh, Dad. Come here. Open. Go. Give me that. Let go. God, she's. Why is that there anyway? Ready? Open. There you go. Here. Open up. Good man. Ready? One more bite. Good man. Here. Eat. It's this too. There you go. You got it? Good. Dad. Ah, dang. Eat that. Don't throw it. Give me water. Did she know this is a problem? That's okay. Ready? Open up. Here. Come on. Good man. Ready? Good man. Open. Good man. Good man.
Mhm.
Ooh. Aye. Ooh. All right. Let's see, 330. 330.
Future Oil Painter says. Where's all the rest of the nerds at?
I don't know. I find that Thursdays people are doing stuff. So I don't know. Like, they're normally busy. I don't really have a lot of people on Thursday.
Berk108 says. I'm here just not talking.
Good man.
Future Oil Painter says. Probably playing D&D dress up at the local park LOL.
That does seem about right for my stream. That's the other thing. I don't really check the numbers on my streams.
Grasshopper70 says.
Grasshopper.
Lurking, was doing time walking to level an alt.
Nice.
Painting looks almost finished. Very
Thanks.
nice.
What alt are you leveling right now, Grasshopper? Oh.
Grasshopper70 says. 2 rogues and a hunter and a druid this week.
Nice, 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 nice.
Grasshopper70 says. Alternating for the rested XP.
Cool. Really cool. All right. I'm sorry, getting this back. You are on a roll, Grasshopper. I cannot get myself to level. I am so sick of everything. See if this works. Let me see if this works. Actually, added some light to it.
Grasshopper70 says. Getting burnt out on healing people who don't dismount when Hanger gets attacked.
Oh. Um. Yeah, that sucks. It's been so long since I've really done any serious healing. I mean, I've healed in arenas, but not in BGs, so I don't really have a good BG build. Hey, boy.
Grasshopper70 says. Plus the drama the last couple weeks has me fading out of sight until it settles.
Hey, what dramas happened? Because I am not, like, I have not been aware of anything. I haven't been keeping up with stuff. What's going on? You said something about RR being doomed? I'm just curious as to what's going on. Ooh. A lot of this drawing in here is stuff that I have to see and remember while he's in a position for like a couple seconds. It's really good practice, but extremely difficult to do.
Future Oil Painter says. Saw a full fake human skeleton in Atlanta job office. I took pictures of skull and legs, torso, arms, hands.
Ooh,
Might do a drawing out of it.
that's cool. Ted's laughing. It's funny, man. All right. Dude,
Future Oil Painter
something
says.
else.
By way posted the charcoal drawing.
Oh, good.
Grasshopper70 says. If we get that debuff for dropping Qs. RR has too many people who want carries and have no idea how the EBGs work. They can't go in without a leader.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that debuff thing, I mean, the reason why that happened was because everybody keeps on dropping the Qs and screwing everybody else up, you know? It's unfortunate. I think apparently too on like higher end PvP, like in the rated and ranked and stuff, like you have in solo shuffle, a lot of the healers were queuing and then dropping Q when the Q would pop just to troll people. So it would increase people's queue time, which was like, you know, absolutely horrible to do. Heard about this happening. I haven't seen it myself. I don't do solo shuffle.
Grasshopper 70 says. Right. I solo queue or play with my take the pop team most of the time.
Well, it's
Futury Oil Painter says. Should have bought a fluffy Florence drink from the go-to Lewis, would give a bounce to his step.
right. Well, grasshopper is like what we've said before. I mean, we've talked about is like I just I've always wanted to play people, and that's it in a game. But like a lot of these people in terms of like epics, their egos are so fragile and they're just crazy and they cannot take a loss. They don't want any competition. They just want to farm people. So they've been dropping Q and they've been ruining the game for a lot of people while preaching against toxicity and going on forum rants and all this stuff. Like they're insane. They ruined the game and it's so bad Blizzard actually did something about it. It's crazy. So I hope it helps. I hope it affects them, you know? I mean, it's just really pathetic. And it's frustrating because there were so many people who were
LandVV
playing.
says.
We could have had so many
Dinner
good
is done.
games. Bon appetit, man.
Grasshopper 70
You
says.
know, and nobody
Woo.
wanted to play.
Do you mean people from a year ago who don't play now?
I don't know if
Bearquan08
they play or
says.
not.
Farming people LOL.
Yeah, they well, yeah, Bear. I mean, you knew this. Well, maybe you did, but there's groups of players who go in there organized and they farm random players, like in battlegrounds and like epics and stuff. And it was frankly, it went so far as just ruining the game for a lot of people, and people have been complaining. And the problem is that when they would hit other pre-mades, these people would just drop the queue. They would just stop. They wouldn't play. They would leave. Say, oh, well, we're not playing because you guys are toxic. You know, well, they would play if they could win. You know, but a lot of these people couldn't win, or they didn't want to, or for whatever reason, but they dropped the queue, and it ruined the game for a lot of people. And this is like it kept on happening. This is so freaking difficult. See, the problem I'm having is that I can't see this to this right now. And this is like totally chalky.
Bearquan08 says. I'm not into online gaming, but it's a good metaphor for real world too.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, we could get into psychology of this, but um, I'm not going to.
Grasshopper
Saying it's
70 says.
really stupid.
The only group I know that still hunts and drops Q is Mizo's bunch, and all we have to do is focus Mizo down and he leaves in the middle of the BGDJL is taking their pops more and they don't hunt. They are just stoned old people playing for fun. LanVV says. I just realized your father right there.
Yeah. Well, Grasshopper, the thing is too, is that SPM stopped playing. We haven't been going after them, but I guarantee you if we were, TK would probably be dropping.
Futury Oil Painter
They do the
says.
same thing.
I got to squint and start unifying the lights and island of shadows and midtones.
Good. Anyway, hopefully it helps. What's up, Dad?
Grasshopper 70 says. I've been in DJL Discord when TK is lecturing her team on taking pops. She is trying.
She's the leader. She always blames it on her team, and she's the one who like had them peeling out before. So I mean, if she's trying to change things, fine. But I mean, who's going after him now? I guarantee you, when she starts talking shit and people go after her, she's going to be leaving and saying the same stuff. You know, I'm just saying the reason why they put that change in is because of these people and the cheaters up in solo shuffle, which I'm fine with because I don't leave. If I leave, it's because I'm getting off or something. But
Future Oil Painter says. That rooster I'm painting is for my brother's father-in-law. My brother said he would pay me actual cash for it. I might
nice.
just ask him for enough to buy some oil ground.
Does that look right? No, it doesn't. Hey boy, how are you? Are you doing good? You having fun with that cloth? Hmm.
Grasshopper70 says. If she wasn't talking shit she wouldn't get targeted. There's lots of communities now that don't get targeted because the leads aren't on the forums.
I mean, that's true. But like when we played them in the war game that one time, and they accused us of cheating. All right. And when the leaders
Future Oil Painter
act that
says.
way, that's when everything goes
Lewis, how
south.
many brushes are you holding in those little skinny hands of yours?
Uh,
LOL.
it's probably about 6 or 7, 8. I don't know. You can get up to 20 probably. But yeah, I mean, they set the precedent, and she's done this all the time. And I think it happens because, she probably smokes too much pot or something. Like, I think she's high half the time when she's playing for whatever reason. I don't know. But, you know, these,
Grasshopper70 says. Yes, but you're talking about maybe 4 liters out of dozens.
yeah, but these are the main ones, Grasshopper. And who do you think, like, those leaders learn from? You know? I mean, you've been around with this stuff. Look, I haven't been in a year. I don't know what's happening right now. I don't. But you know what I'm talking about. Come on.
Grasshopper70 says. They were the main ones.
That's my point. It always trickles down, doesn't it? Like, and not everybody's like that. I'm just saying, like, they're the ones who control what they do and they drop cues and it's a problem. And everybody's been saying it's a problem for years. And we couldn't get one game with anybody because of this. We couldn't play anybody because of this. We did one war game with them. They got mad that they lost, accused us of cheating, and then there was a shit show after that. And we never played again, except when we randomly ran into them. And the only time they would stay was when they were stacked and outnumbered us. That was it. That was it. And people see this, you know. I mean, you know this. I know you agree with me with this.
Beark108 says. OMG, people are so fearless in online world while being anxious snowflakes. ID just ban internet until 21. Grasshopper70 says. That was what? A year ago.
No, it was over a year ago. The war game thing was like maybe 2 years ago. I cannot. I don't know if I can do this. This is so difficult. Hmm. I don't know what to do. Grasshopper, what do I do with this? Huh.
Berk108 says, my nieces are not allowed smartphones until 16 from parents.
That's probably a good thing. I mean, it's like, it's kind of crazy. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of glad I don't have a kid right now.
Grasshopper70 says, step back and look at it, all about values.
Good, you've been listening. It's a problem. I can't see it. Literally
Future Oil
cannot see
Painter
it.
says, I once saw an old goat oil painter. He would spray that gloss on the paint as he painted, to bring out the sinking and colors.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. It's just I don't know. This is crazy. It's never been this bad before. Okay.
Berk108 says, well, you've been working on this forever.
Yeah, it's taken longer because I can't see it. Like, I feel like I paint it and then it looks good and then it's like um I don't know. I can't see what I'm doing. I'll figure this out. I'm pretty good at figuring this stuff out. It's just it really is a challenge. All right, I just have to pretend like this is an alla prime and go into it.
Grasshopper70 says, I'm a noob, but from this angle there's a dark halo around the head and shoulders that needs to be smoothed out. Then you need another layer of lights and whites on the skin tones.
Lights
Future
and
Oil Painter says, so
what
far
was it?
my plan is going pretty good, with the rooster painting. Lots of ladies like to say they like my cock, lol. Berk108 says, linseed oil varnish.
I mean, I'm just gonna try to get this done and get on to the next painting. I need this to be done. Okay. Boy, my baby. How you doing, boy? He's laughing. It's funny. Rough.
Beark108 says. Funny if you see some old master paintings, they kinda preserve that glossy look without too much oil sinking. I think it's the rabbit glue priming.
Yeah. I messed up on my so it's pretty good. Sorry, I messed up on the gessoing part of this. So again, let it be a lesson to you. All of you, do not do what I did. It was dumb. Dumb. He's laughing again. It's not bad. Nice little design in here going. Hmm. Oh goodness. Okay. Goodness gracious. This is something else. All right. I just got to think of this as an alla prima at this point. Just get this done. Hola, prima.
Future oil painter says. Look, did you ever travel in Europe to see the museums and stuff while you were out there?
Yeah, I did. I mean, not all the museums, obviously, but I did, my fair share.
Future oil painter says. Who H painting was the one that made you pass out?
I've never passed out before. Which one that made me pass out? Dude, I don't pass out. Ooh, that's up. Hey boy, what's up?
Future oil painter says. Or wet your fruit of illumes. Grasshopper 70 says. The naked chick with the pumpkin?
The naked chick with the pumpkin. Are you talking about But for Cheers painting that he did? He did one that was like a pumpkin baby. It was the creepiest thing that anybody had ever seen. It's like also simultaneously one of the best paintings that's ever been posted in the Discord.
Windy City 1828
Windy City,
says,
what's up?
well, hello, young man.
How are you doing?
Grasshopper 70 says, I don't remember exactly, just that it existed.
Ah.
Future Oil Painter says, look confirms Pumpin' Baby is both creepiest and good. Link confirms Pumpin' Baby is both creepiest and good, clipped by Future Oil Painter.
You clipped it. Stupid. He's laughing. Where's he clip that? Yeah, you should clip it.
Grasshopper 70 says, are you trying to make him pass out again?
Oh goodness. Okay.
Future Oil Painter says, LOL.
Actually,
Future Oil Painter says, look, have you ever tried using the impasto from Rublib Oil Paints?
no,
Grasshopper 70 says, giant pumpkin baby emote for the win.
I haven't. I'm just repainting this whole thing since I can't see it. I don't know if it's smart or not, but I specialize in not smart.
Future Oil Painter says. I have one guy who comes to my stream and he's cool and all, but he always ends up talking about making money with art, and feels awkward, especially to me since I give all my stuff away lol. Sheer Curry says.
Yeah, I can see that. Curry.
Greetings fellow artists.
Arteus. Sound.
Grasshopper 70 says. Hello. Sheer Curry says. We can't see the face.
I know. I'm just. I'll move the face, move it up to the face in a second, because I'm going to paint the background in. But I need to. I'm repainting the shirt because I can't see what I've done, so I'm just repainting the whole thing. I'm just thinking
Future Oil Painter
of
says.
this as an alla prima.
Sheer Curry, I saw you smile in your Instagram. You have a Miscaviage's smile, like you're up to no good. Sheer
It's
Curry
not up to any
says.
good.
I'm never up to any good. Berk108 says. Well, effort should be rewarded somehow, we're not all communists.
Like we're not going to promote ugliness and all that stuff. With a nice little lesson. You all like that one?
Future Oil Painter says. LOL. Sheer Curry says. It's looking so good.
Thank you.
Are you using the sun thickened linseed oil?
No. No, I'm not. My mentality right now is I just need to finish this like fast. So I'm just doing a la prima technique to get this because I cannot. I'm painting it sinking in as I go. It's so bad.
Future Oil Painter says. Look is just staring at it using that Florence Academy for Boys superpower to will the sinking paint to come back. Sheer Curry says. It's gonna be so good. Sheer Curry says. Stop sucking that paint. Future Oil Painter says. Not as good as Pumpkin Baby but good yep.
I complimented Pumpkin Baby. He clipped it and he's now saying what he's saying. That's the context behind it, Curry.
Sheer Curry says. Nothing will top Pumpkin BB.
Yeah, that was one of the wonders of the world.
Sheer Curry says. Sad I missed that. Future Oil Painter says. It's clipped, lol. Sheer Curry says. Sheer it.
Just got to keep on going. I got to go fast.
Sheer Curry says. Share the pumpkin baby love. Share Curry says. You don't paint the nails?
I can't even see what I'm doing when I paint. So I would, but I'm not sure that I can go that far with this.
Share Curry says. He's a boy. Boys don't have nails or lashes anyway. Berk108 says. Now if something has little to no artistic value or is basically fugly, give it away to anyone who's keen to hang it on the wall, but there's also good stuff and that's worth paying for.
Jeez. Okay.
Share Curry says. Like my art. Buy that. Share Curry says. If you don't buy my art, you're gay and ugly.
Well said. That's what they teach people in marketing school.
Berk108 says.
Marketing 101.
Exactly, confidence is the key. Share Curry says. New selling strategy. Future Oil Painter says. Look confirms Pumpin' Baby is both creepiest and good. Link confirms Pumpin' Baby is both creepiest and good, clipped by Future Oil Painter.
There it is.
Share Curry says. All Pumpkin Baby was missing was a mullet. Future Oil Painter says. Share Curry, you have an online store? Share Curry says. No. Share Curry says. Maybe I should somehow.
I think you should.
Future Oil Painter says. Yep, should make prints and stuff. Share Curry says. Need to grow some followers. Share Curry says. But for chair you should be my agent. Berk108 says. TikTok sells. Share Curry says. And Lewis agent too.
I need an agent.
Cher Curry says. Oh man, you're right, I forgot about TikTok. Grasshopper 70 says. Are there agents on Fiverr? Future Oil Painter says. Yup, lots of virgins out there will be buying your stuff, Cher Curry. Beark108 says. Had 15 orders in 1 month.
Pretty good.
Cher Curry says. Why virgins LOL?
Think about it.
Future Oil Painter says. Fiverr. What's that? Cher Curry says. Am I a virgin magnet? Future Oil Painter says. Because it's the only time they see a woman LOL. Grasshopper 70 says. Fiverr is a website to hire freelancer people to do work, book editing or album cover design or whatnot. Future Oil Painter says. Oh, never knew about Fiverr. Cher Curry says. Does it work? Grasshopper 70 says. It was better when everyone on Fiverr charged $5. Getting a book edited is hundreds of dollars now, but people will pay for it and they say it's good. Cher Curry says. I bet editing a book takes a lot of work. Future Oil Painter says. Do they make websites? Cher Curry says. I don't see any art stuff on Fiverr. Cher Curry says. Wait, no, I found it. I'm wall-eyed. Sheer Curry says. Ah, that face helps yet. Sheer Curry says. The eyes are really sunken in.
Everything is sunken in. That's the problem. That's why I'm pretty much doing it a la prima technique on this right now, because I can't. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start another portrait on him, and I'll try to push it further than this, because this one I can't get what I want. Maybe, but I'll try to push it a little bit more, but I can't really. I could. It's horrible. It's really bad. Here, here, good man. Eat. Got it? Good. Don't throw it.
Sheer Curry says. It's still looking great.
Thank you.
Beark108 says. ID go and try Asian markets for example, lots of rich mofos there.
Woo. All right.
Sheer Curry says. I feel like random websites could hurt your reputation a little in the fine arts.
Mm,
Sheer Curry says. Some nice gay music.
I knew that was coming. This is vibing music.
Sheer Curry says. Gays vibe, that's all they do.
This is pretty gay.
Sheer Curry says. And kiss buttholes. Beark108 says. Websites are dead. If you want to complete you need big marketplaces. That said, I think that Shopify and etc is BS due to high commissions.
Hey, boy.
Future Oil Painter says. OJ. Future Oil Painter says. Oh. Sheer Curry says. Whenever I see an artist sell on Etsy, I'm like, okay, this person isn't serious. Future Oil Painter says, maybe could just use Shopify? Cher Curry says, I never see incredible art on Etsy.
Damn it. This thing is so in the way.
Cher Curry says, LMAO boomer stream.
I knocked the
Grasshopper
camera just
70
for a second. You're
says,
like, boomer!
or he could just do a painting of Trump in a costume of some sort and put it on X. Notoriety is good publicity too. Berk108
Yeah,
says,
do like famous people.
Etsy is just overpriced AliExpress. Cher Curry says, boomer, I'm a Gen Z, that would never happen to me. Future Oil Painter says, Cher Curry, what's that post you put that your work was included on contest for actual money? Cher Curry says, it's a contest I entered. They included my work in submissions they liked they have gotten so far. I haven't won anything yet, lol. Future Oil Painter says, are you gonna buy us something nice for Christmas? Grasshopper 70 says, Lewis is a millennial. That's why he cries so much.
If anybody's discouraged about their stream, they have
Future
a hard
Oil
time
Painter
streaming, they should
says,
just watch mine. They'd feel so much.
crybaby.
Shut
Cher
up!
Curry says, if I win, I'm gonna buy Lewis a special shirt.
Buy me a special shirt or buy my special shirt?
Cher Curry says, buy you a special shirt.
Gosh. He's trying to escape.
Cher Curry says, 1 in the pink, 5 in the stink. Future Oil Painter says, yap, the front is gonna say graduate of the Florence Academy for Troubled Youths, and on the back will say cray baby. Cher Curry says, and I want you to wear it. Cher Curry says, don't be ungrateful.
Oh no. That just so. Oh, I need to get that.
Grasshopper 70 says, I thought you wanted him naked. Cher Curry says, he's naked in all his videos already. Beark108 says. Slytherin house shirt.
Doing that. Working the edges. So what I did, I've gotten this whole bottom half, but now I need to work this arm in. And this I'll do the next
Cher
time,
Curry says.
probably,
Those are the bad guys.
so I can work it in the hair. But I might be able to do that when he's not here too, because I'm not even really looking at him. Because look at him. He's not in any sort of position right there. He has a hat on, which I put on him. He's rocking back and forth. Y'all can see him. You see what he's doing. He hasn't been in position once. But I do look at him for like reference and folds and stuff to get the idea. But it's never in the right place. Right, boy? Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Grasshopper 70 says. He needs his eye sparkles in the painting.
The eye sparkles. I actually put them in there and y'all can't even see them.
Cher Curry says.
It's so
And
something.
you still don't use a photograph because you're not a pussy.
No, not for this. Okay, I need to kind of work this. I have about 15 more minutes to work, so I need to work on stuff. Can't see anything. All right.
Beark108 says.
Huh.
Does he talk?
Sometimes a little bit, you know. Like, let's see if here. I'll try to get him to talk. Actually, no, I don't have time. I got to do this quick. But I can get him in next. I'll do it. I got to give him a protein bar anyway. Maybe I'll try to have him talk when I give him the bar. This protein bar really quick. It's the other half of it, and that's the last thing he eats. Has been fed. Hey, boy. Let's see if I can get him to talk.
Cher Curry says.
Oh!
Fail.
Ow. Do you want this? You want to eat?
One.
One. How are you doing?
No one.
Are you doing good?
Good.
Good. Eat. There you go. He's eating. No. Boy. Boy. Here, let go. Let go. Ready? Boy. Boy. How are you doing?
No.
You doing good?
What?
Are you doing good?
Good.
Are you ready to go home?
Go.
Huh?
Huh?
You want to go home?
I'm gonna go home.
Here, you want to eat? Here.
What?
One.
What?
Can you say boy?
Hey.
Boy. He's blowing because he's trying to blow me away. Boy. Boy.
Bye.
Boy. Boy. No, that's not food. Here, eat this. Here, you want this?
Grasshopper 70 says. That's really good.
Yeah, he could eat my hand though. That's the thing. Like, how'd it go? You drop it again? Dad. Here, it's good. Here. Eat. Got it? You doing good? You doing okay? Yeah.
Mm.
He's more talkative in the morning too. He starts getting tired about right now.
Berk108 says. Cool, still sharp, was just
Yeah.
curious. I worked in dementia department and some talk some not at all.
Ooh.
Anyway, those who did just mostly experienced different realities.
Yeah. It's rough, man. It's good you work with them. They need us. They really need us. Okay. I need to connect this, work this drawing in
Sheer Curry says.
to what I have.
I hear some just scream all day.
That. Thinking of the insane asylum.
Berk108 says. It was a tough job.
Damn hard.
Sheer Curry says. I don't know how people work with that. Grasshopper70 says. There's textbooks that tell you how to respond to different situations. Berk108 says. Well, you're not alone, it's professional teams including doctors and all sort of other staff.
Sorry, y'all can't see what I'm doing. Let me reposition the camera some.
Sheer Curry says. Louis, do you ever take your dad to a doctor?
No. Well, I mean, actually, that's not true. We do sometimes, but not on average, no. All right, here we go. We have Trellis come over and check him, so we have a nurse coming once a week to kind of evaluate him. He's not on any medication, and frankly, when we got him off the medication, he started doing way better. You know, and you know, I was actually reading, um, and I'll read some of the stuff if you guys want one day, but um, I have I journaled what it was like going into a place where we kept dad and they neglected him because mom wanted me to write this stuff down because she was pissed because well, she was paying money to send him to a place and they were neglecting everybody there. So I was having to go in at night and take care of everything and stuff. So I have all this, um, like all the details and stuff of our experience with like the system of things right here. Might not be like this everywhere, but it was pretty bad. So like he was actually in worse shape about 3 years ago, and then when we brought him home, got him off medication, just really paid attention to him, walked him, and mainly getting him back in the home, and then he started regaining his faculties. Y'all, I don't know if y'all remember, it was about 3 years ago, and then like he was also having
Beark 108
strokes in
says,
here, and it
and they
happened
also
probably on
live in
stream.
groups and socialize together, do group sessions, but it's a lot of effort to keep something going. Yeah, usually it's better if they stay home other than being heavily medicated.
Yep. Yeah. It's a lot. It really is a lot. And um, I, the families, it's the best if the families can take care of them. As inconvenient as it is, I think it's the ideal thing. Like if that can happen, like I would always advocate for that personally. Um, as much of a like sacrifice it is, and it is a sacrifice. It's a big sacrifice. But this it's temporary. It's temporary.
Beark 108 says, they feel extremely lonely once excluded from real family.
Exactly. You're right, Bear. You're right. I'm telling you, it was so sad. If you guys saw what I saw, it was like 6 months of hell, man. And I wasn't even staying there. It was horrible. It was the saddest thing that I've ever seen. It was crying for their daughters, saying, "Where's my daughter? Where's my family?" And oh, it was brutal. People there, and you could tell they're good people. They're like little children at that point. And they're scared. It sucks. It really sucks. It's actually made me very angry. Very, 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 very angry.
Sher Curry says, can't you sue them?
They signed to me papers, and I think it's a hassle. My sister wanted to, but I think they really do a good job of covering themselves. But I don't know. I do have. I'll read you guys one entry to because I always talk about this. I'll make sure it's not too graphic because there's some stuff in here that's extremely graphic.
Sheer Curry says. You're gonna get sad.
No, I'm not. I've lived this stuff. This is normal for me. All right, I'm just gonna start reading this. Okay. Arrived at 7:15 a.m. They were supposed to have Dad ready. Okay, so I was taking him to church in the morning, 7:15 a.m. They were supposed to have him ready. But he was still asleep. He was partially covered with his comforter, but with the top sheet, without the top sheet and his blanket. So they wouldn't make his bed. Oftentimes they wouldn't have sheets, and so he'd just be sleeping on the mattress, which oftentimes had feces on it because the all the people would walk around, and so it wasn't necessarily Dad. It could have been Dad, but it was they let everybody go into every other body's place, and they don't change them, and so they get shit everywhere. Like that's what it is. So when I would go, I would just scrub down, hand do the entire room, and clean the bathroom every time. And I would go about 3, 4 times a week, as much as I could. Let me do another one. I'm just going to start reading. If something's weird, I'll stop. This is quick. Arrived at 5, took several minutes to find Dad with the help of nurses. So we couldn't find him. I found him walking out of one of the rooms close to the cafeteria. Room was fine. He was more confused than usual. I took him home to shower. Noticed 2 gashes on his right arm at the elbow. Mom dressed it. Yeah, he had so he had fallen, and they didn't say anything, and his skin was peeled up here because it was so weak because he wasn't going out and getting sun. So like you could literally take his skin and probably pull it off him. Like if it was fine, you could probably just do that. His skin would fall off. It doesn't do that anymore. Returned at 9:45 p.m. Sydney said the gashes weren't there yesterday. She redressed it. Dad had fallen the day before, so he has a stereo strip over his left eye. I assume Dad fell again because the gashes weren't there last night. He had a long sleeve shirt on. The nurses had said he was walking around. This means he had fallen and they were unaware. Yeah, he fell a lot and they
Berk108
wouldn't
says.
report it. Is what.
WTF.
Um, I said, here's a concern. I haven't read this in a while. It's like, I haven't read this. This is my concern. I'm very afraid for his safety and have been for some time. And it's common for patients to go unaccounted for extended periods of time while visiting each other's rooms. Dad is on blood thinners. He was on Coumadin. I am worried he will fall and hit his head because of his swollen legs and over atrophying muscles due to lack of exercise. And he might not be found for long enough for him to bleed out. As it is, it can take several minutes for us to find him, and that is when we are looking for him. Today was just one out of several times we had to track him down. There's simply not the manpower to provide the care these patients in these numbers require. He oftentimes needs my help to walk, and I have found him very disoriented on many occasions. It was not like this prior to Arbor Acres, which is the place we put him in. Do one more. Friday. This is March 17th, 2023. Arrived with Emily at 6:45 p.m. Emily is one of my good friends. Dad looked and smelled awful. He went to the bathroom in his pants. Room smelled bad. Bed had no cover sheet and mattress sheet was dirty. Comforter had a wet spot in the center. I asked them to change the sheets. Returned at 9:30 p.m. Sheets were not changed. Cynthia is overworked. It's a nurse. I asked her to show me where the bed sheets are so I could make the bed. I was insistent to her. I cleaned the entire room and made the bed. So that's when I started making the bed. That was in March. We got him in 2 weeks before Christmas in December. So that was about 3.5 months in. So yeah, that's how it was. Like this is normal, totally normal. So it's a miracle he's alive. It really is.
Sheer Curry says. This is so sad.
And that's the tip of the iceberg. Y'all should have seen that, like the people there were walking around the halls. It would be 11 o'clock at night and they'd be walking through the halls. And I'd say, why aren't you going to put these people to sleep? They said they don't want to go to sleep. I was like, these are old people. They're in the child state. Like, you put them to bed. It's dumb. And they're walking around. You know, they need, it was unreal. That's why we got him out. So, like, as hard as it is watching him, I am grateful he's still alive. And because I was fighting an environment to take care of him, and now I don't need to fight an environment. It was exhausting, man. I've never been so upset before in my life. I mean, that was a living hell. Because I thought he was going to die. I
Eric
literally
108
thought he was
says,
going to die.
yeah, some places are worse than dog shelters.
That was this one. I was convinced that he was going to die. And that's somewhere in my notes too. I remember writing that entry. I was like, he's going to be dead in like a month or something. Like, it was, oof, it's a miracle he's alive.
Sheer
It
Curry
really is.
says, this is why I hate people.
Yeah, right. But I mean, nobody would put themselves in that situation. You know, and we paid, guess how much it cost? 11,000 a month. 11,000 a month. You're paying that much money. It was the stupidest shit you could have done. So, yeah, I'm very grateful he's, you know, that's all I say. Like,
Sheer
never
Curry
put
says,
your loved
no.
one in. It was crazy.
Sheer
Absolutely
Curry
crazy.
says, 11,000 is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Grasshopper 70 says, that much would pay for a couple home nurses.
We eventually started doing that, but you have to and you're right. And I did not want, I thought the whole thing was stupid. But what happened is that, you know, my family was in despair and it was killing them to see him, is what it was. And somebody came in with a solution. They said, this will solve all your problems. And, you know, that's how they get people, you know, I mean, they say, oh, well, this is the solution to all your problems. And people are desperate and they're in despair. A lot of
Eric
these people are in
108
despair.
says, that's a lot of money. Good retirement home with a private room in Italy is like 2,5K.
It's totally not worth it for, you know, it's not worth it. And it's common sense. It really is. But I mean, common sense is abandoned in extreme situations oftentimes. And those are the situations you need it the most. So it sucks, man. But anyway, but the good thing is that now everybody sees it and it's not going to happen again. But I mean, dude, like, you know, the stuff you go through to get to that point. Woo! Unlocking those fingers, boy, you are making me work for those hands. You are tough. How do we paint these hands, boy? How? How am I going to paint your hands? Yeah, how are we going to do it? Your hands are up, but they're always in it. Now I go here.
Beark108
That's
says,
what I do.
I'd escape if I'd end up in such place and curse my family for putting me there lol.
I, and that's the thing. Nobody
Cher Curry
wants to be taken
says,
care of like that.
freaking hands are always the problem.
It wouldn't be a problem if I had a position. The problem is I can't see the face to the hands. Give me a second, guys. I need to do this. I need to put it on the ground and look at it. All right. In fact, I do have to go, but I got a lot done. I just need to work that edge, and then I'll go. But I need to see,
Future
make
Oil
sure I
Painter
didn't
says,
miss
I
this.
think with my dad there is a case of malpractice, but the rest of the family doesn't want me to sue them. They don't want to relive that day when he died.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. It's like sometimes it's just like, dude, I just want this to be over with. That's payment enough. It's just such a bad situation. And I think places bank on this. They're like, you know, and I think, I don't know, man. The whole thing is just, it's so messed up. It is so messed up. It's really pathetic. It's really the bottom of the barrel bullshit and just the worst of humanity. How like people are treated. Like it's I read y'all a couple passages. That is nothing. I'm telling you, it is nothing what I saw there. It was so bad. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot more with like those are just a couple entries. I have it goes on and on and on. And I started recording, I think in February, like into February or something. Like so there were several months where I didn't record anything. I mean, oh, but I mean the people there were just like the patients were so sweet, most of them, and they were just totally abandoned. It was just, ooh, it was rough. And I would be going in there in the
Grasshopper70 says,
evenings.
I've heard worse too, not fit
Yeah.
for a stream though.
No,
It's worse than prison sometimes.
really.
Beark108
Yeah.
says, we live too long thanks to big pharma so we can get taxed longer.
I mean, I don't know about that. I'm just saying, like, whatever it is, like, when somebody needs help, there's value at the end of life. Now, I get it. It's like that's when you pull the plug. Like, if somebody's in extreme pain and there's no hope, and like that's fine. But like dementia is not something where you just try to speed it up and get them out of the way, like off. Dementia is not one of those things. And it's just not good how they're treated, is my point. You know? I mean, anyway, it's bad. It's bad, okay? It's bad. It is bad. Very disappointing. There we go. All right, working this in. I know y'all can't really see what I'm doing here. I know it's dark, but I'm just working the edges. So I have to do that.
Beark108 says, hey watch, I Care For You movie, eye opener.
Is it? It's actually not bad painting in there. Let me go back over it with paint.
Beark108 says, yeah it's horrible.
That sucks, man.
Future oil painter says.
Anyway.
Also, even after being buried, when you think about it, there are some gloomy stories about cemeteries reselling plots that have bodies.
It's just there's no respect, you know. There is respect, like people have it, but in these cases, you know what I'm saying. Like there are good people out there. There are good nurses, but I mean, you know, and there are families who watch after their, you know, their loved ones. I just think it needs to be more. There needs to be more of them. Is all. You know, like I would be going in at 11 o'clock,
Grasshopper
and
70
I
says.
rarely see
Or
anybody else.
reselling coffins after charging thousands for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's yeah. They're capitalizing off of this stuff, which is wrong. But like again, I didn't see
Sheer Curry
pretty
says.
much anybody come
I
after
heard some
11.
nurses become nurses to have power over people.
Probably.
Beark108 says. Yeah, we're just trying to get my cousin's husband body from Switzerland for last 2 weeks. Complete mess.
Dude, that sucks. Guys, on that note, I gotta run. I have got to run. I gotta get him home, make sure he is all set, and then be back here for the class, which I'll stream. So I'll see you guys in a little bit, all right? Y'all are awesome. And I'll make sure it's not as depressing as the last part of this stream was. Damn. I don't know. I can't tell if I like what I
Sheer
did or
Curry
not.
says. Laters.
Later.